Welcome, 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 everybody. It's been a little while, but it's your favorite host of your favorite sports podcast,
We're back.
cracking a cold one. Your boy Joxy and Deggs. What's up, my guy?
Yeah, great day, man.
A beautiful day. Happy Palm Sunday. It's a great day.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. Another day to be alive is a great day.
Phillies are getting their asses kicked right now by the Texas Rangers, but what's new? What's new in life? They start off with a great win, and then
It's not a normal day without some Philly turmoil.
I know, right? There always has to be some sort of like Philly turmoil. But no, we're happy to be back at it, guys. We're here today to kind of catch up on a little bit of a NFL free agency recap. We're obviously going to dive into some Eagles and Titans off-season points so far. And I know we mentioned in our last podcast that we were going to end it with the Sixers talk, but hey, the Sixers might be back.
Reeling us back in.
Yeah, unfortunately they are. So we will end up on some points there. So, what we normally do. Let's go ahead and get things started. Cheers, buddy.
Too long.
Good old faithful Surfside. So yeah, we're back at it with with the free agency recap, and some things that we talked about actually in our last episode
Came to fruition.
Yeah, came to fruition.
Yeah.
So let's start off with Miami.
Yeah, number one on the board, Malik Willis.
They got their guy.
We called that. I like it for them. I think it's a smart move in the right direction. Get out from Tua. Now they traded Waddle away, which is his best receiving option. So not doing him any favors.
They essentially cleaned house.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they're definitely rebuilding. They're going to see what they got with him. But
And they're taking the largest cap hit in NFL history.
I can imagine with who they've unloaded here. So. No, I like the move. I like the opportunity for Willis, first and foremost, I'd say. So
do I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do in Miami. I don't know if they're going to try to draft someone, but he definitely needs a little more help there.
Yeah, my thoughts are that they're probably going to take this first year as kind of like a,
Get back.
Yeah,
Learn. And,
I don't know if they're going to have too much money to be able to to spend to get any any other free agents possibly. Like you mentioned, it's probably going to all come from the draft for them. So they're going to be a very young team, which is good, but that's going to lead to obviously just gotta work through those kinks of having a young team, and maybe next year or the year after they end up getting like some veterans in there that can actually help them out.
Right.
But as for like the quarterback standpoint, they still have a pretty okay offensive line too. So outside of that, I think they're okay. I mean, I don't think they're going to be the worst team in the NFL, but they're going to definitely have some kinks to get over.
I'll say with a new regime too, right? This is the move to make for sure. With a new coach and whatnot, it was stale.
Yeah,
it was stale. And even if you keep Waddle, right, you're still not there. So might as well get some picks. And I mean, they got a nice haul for him.
They did. And that was where when it comes to the receiver. Like the free agency receivers have been or not free agency receivers, but like the trades that's happening with receivers, they haven't really been like equal. Like it's been very weird. So
people are overpaying. Is what I'm gathering. I mean, the conversation was if you can get that for Waddle, right? We were just saying like last week, what could you get for AJ? Like and it's something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Right, but I'd say good on the Miami for at least making it worth their while.
For sure. Vikings, like we talked about this one as well. This was one that I actually, a part of me was thinking that Kyler was probably going to, look somewhere else, possibly like the Jets. But the Vikings, I mean, I think that's the best landing spot for him. It's the smartest one for KOC as well to bring him in there.
Absolutely.
I think for KOC to try to save his job.
Yeah.
Only because, and I don't want to say like that he's going to be like on the hot seat and things like that. But if they didn't, signed Kyler Murray, and if they would have went into this year again, with what's his name? With JJ, that's someone that KOC wanted to draft. So that's a product of his choice, and if it doesn't work out, they're going to be like, "Yo, what the hell?" And if he continues to like try to, double down on it, I think right now it's like I mentioned, it's a good thing that he's going after, or he went after Kyler, and they actually can be compatible this year.
I agree with all your stances there. I mean, when you let a guy like Darnold and Dan Jones walk, and they had the seasons they have, Darnold is a Super Bowl champion. KOC is probably thinking, wow, how much did I mess that up? Just trying to get hey, look, we all want our young quarterback for sure, but he ain't it. I mean, we know that. He ain't it. If he was, they wouldn't have gotten Kyler Murray, and I love the landing spot for him. I mean, he's going to get maybe the best receiving core he's had in his career. Solid, stout defense on the other side. Again, the great head coach. So the fit, the marriage is nice. This is Kyler playing for a long-term deal with them, essentially.
And that's kind of like my next question to you is, do you see the Vikings giving him a long-term deal?
I almost think yes, in that unless he's horrific, I almost think yes, because they're not gonna want to try it again in the draft. They're unless some other candidate.
You don't want to make that mistake
right.
again.
Yeah, unless some other candidate comes out of the woodwork so they can go after or something like that. Yeah. I think that's got to be the formula in a way. You're trying to get back to that, having veteranship back there, along with. I mean, you can't waste Justin Jefferson's prime much more.
I agree.
So, this is big for Kyler. I mean, it could be the type of thing where
don't mess it up, dude.
If you mess it up,
don't mess this one up. This is literally like the last.
I don't want to say he might be out of the league then.
Yeah, I was gonna say if this doesn't work out, then he's done.
Yeah. So, good landing spot, I think, for both sides here.
Yeah.
They're going to be a lot more competitive this year.
Yep. We have here Geno Smith to the Jets. This is one that I was like, okay, whatever. Like he went back home.
We called that too.
He's retiring with the Jets. That's kind of like what's going to happen. Nothing to it. I don't know. There's nothing.
No, there's not really much to talk about except that that's what happened. They're not going to be a good team.
No.
He's probably not going to play too well. It's going to be similar to last year, and this is really just the Jets' way of putting a Band-Aid on the situation, but the Band-Aid's already half off, basically.
Seriously.
Yeah, so
it's stupid.
Not much to talk about there. But, yeah, he went home. Good for Geno. Good for Geno.
And then last one we have on the list for the quarterbacks we have is Tua going to Atlanta.
It was so interesting because right before we dropped our episode, we were already flirting with where could he go? Are they going to cut him? This and that. And it all happened like in an instant. He was cut and went right to Atlanta, which... I like the opportunity for him. I think with Penix is going to be out, then, I mean, I don't know. He's got a good receiving core. Do I believe in Tua? I don't know about that. I don't know if he's going to really make them a competitive team in that division. Not that, Penix and him are kind of on the same tier, if you ask me.
I agree. I mean, he has Drake London, Jahan Dotson, and Olamide Zaccheaus as his receivers. You obviously have
Kyle Pitts.
Bijan too.
Oh, Bijan too. Yeah.
So, that helps him out. At the same time, though, Tua had Tyreek.
Yeah.
He had Jonnu Smith at one point. He had
guys.
Jalen Waddle. He had guys.
He did.
And I know it came down to him not having a line down there, really, but. I don't know. With the Falcons, I'm really like disgusted again. Remember two seasons ago when I was like when Arthur Smith was the head coach? Every single episode that we were talking about the Falcons, I'm like, freaking shoot me in the head right now. Like
no, 100%.
I'm getting back to that same point with the Falcons again. I'm just like, they're annoying. They decide to go ahead and draft Penix after freaking signing Kirk Cousins. you fire your coach like so soon.
Yeah.
Like the decisions that they make are very just questionable. Like I don't know. Man.
Pretty rash.
Yeah.
Pretty rash.
I think like it's almost like emotionally influenced.
I kind of agree.
And my thing is also, it's not like y'all have a great team. It's not like y'all are historically amazing.
Right.
So I could see if it's like the Patriots, right? The Patriots, rightfully so. You're a championship type of organization.
Right.
You need to get back to that, right? The Falcons is the Falcons.
Yeah, they were relevant 1 year,
that's like
12 years ago.
Yeah, it's like be realistic with yourselves. That's my rant on the Falcons.
Yeah, so I'd say this. For an opportunity standpoint, good for Tua, but it doesn't change their outlook. It doesn't change how we feel about the team and how they can make moves in that division. Is that out of here?
Yep, that's out of.
Oh
no,
it stayed in the ballpark.
Goodness gracious!
2 runs are going to score. Yep. Philly's about to be down 8-2 in the 7th.
7-2 right now. Looks like the other one is at second.
Yeah.
Hi. This is annoying.
Yep. Perfect.
If you are not a Phillies fan, like a Philadelphia sports fan, good for you. You don't have to see a therapist.
You're not on bed rest every other week.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's move on to the running backs. This first one I really, really like.
Yeah.
As much as I hate this team, I'm like, damn.
Great spot.
Great landing spot. Kenneth Walker, K-Dub. I had made some remarks of saying that he should have, I think, where did I say that he should have went? Was it Pittsburgh?
I think you did say Pittsburgh.
I think I said Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yes, because I said he would be reunited with DK.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I like the KC landing spot because KC gets themselves a young stud, running back that was already the Super Bowl MVP.
Yep.
He does have a lot of mileage on his legs.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Yeah.
So I think you're probably going to get 2 to 3 years out of him.
Very fair.
Yep. But with those 2 to 3 years, they have the ability to, potentially be competitive this year, or to at least compete with the masses.
Yep.
Because I don't know, when's Patrick Mahomes coming back?
I mean, it's not going to be till mid-season. They're going to start the year with Justin Fields.
That is true. So,
this is a good move for them then.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to need
This is something that, and to your point too, when Pat comes back, you still have Justin Fields that you can go ahead and
right.
Toy around with the defense.
Sidebar, that was a great landing spot for Justin Fields. I mean, he's going to have the best coach you could possibly have, put him in the best position he needs to be in from an offensive standpoint, get to learn from Patrick a little bit, maybe help him with, disguises and the coverages that he sees at hand. And then now they just got the best running back that they've had in the Mahomes era, probably, right? So this is a slam dunk for them. It's a no-brainer. No surprise that Kansas City's in the mix here with something like this.
They surprisingly, sneak into the. Ooh, he got knocked in the elbow and then the nuts. That sucks.
Ooh.
That sucks. But yeah, Kansas City sneaks in and gets a big name receiver. Or a big name running back.
Yep.
Travis Etienne to New Orleans. Nice little signing for them. I think this is now, you're going to start seeing, I think, a little bit of the resurgence down there with New Orleans.
Yeah. Good sign for them. Nice help for a young quarterback that they have there. He's a pass catcher, which is going to be really nice as well.
Kellen Moore's going to love it.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Kellen Moore's about to,
He's about to use Travis Etienne to the max here.
And he's back at home, so I think that's like a good motivation factor as well.
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
Be back at home.
Absolutely.
I still think that they should be going after a quarterback because I don't know if Tyler Shuck is their answer down there.
I think they have to see it through, though. I mean, he was their first-round pick.
Was he really that high of a draft pick?
I'm pretty sure he was a first-round pick.
Let's see, guys. I didn't even know you went to second round.
Second round? Okay. Second-round draft pick.
Still, though,
that's a high-invested pick.
Yeah.
It'd be nice maybe they had a vet down there compete with it just for shits and gigs. But no, back to ETN though. Great signing. He showed us a lot last year. I'd like to see them get another receiver over there, to help out Olave, maybe in the draft. But this is a step in the right direction for them. Absolutely.
Yep. I want to move down to number 8.
Okay.
Isaiah Pacheco to Detroit. I like this. I like this in the sense of they're doing the Monty and Jameer, but with a younger Monty.
Yep. He's such a Dan Campbell guy.
Oh, my God.
Such a Dan Campbell
the guy runs like he's like running through the ground. Like, it's insane.
He like runs like he has like 100-pound sandbags behind him. And he's trying to pull them or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's unbelievable. And yes, you're getting the Thunder and Lightning back. Montgomery wanted more. He wanted to be more of the guy. This is a guy Pacheco's willing to, be backseat to one of the best backs in the league, and it's going to be a nice change of pace for him. I'm going to give him that, the Thunder to the Lightning.
Yeah, it's going to be a good good little mix over there in Detroit. So I'm looking forward to that one. For sure.
So a couple guys we don't have to talk about them too much here, but some landing spots. We had Rico Dowdle go to the Pittsburgh Steelers, which I do like that signing by them.
Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins returned to Denver. We called that. Aaron Jones went back to the Vikings, which I think, again, a nice weapon again for Kyler and to keep that team, rocking. Rachaad White to Washington, kind of going to be, I guess, the secondary back with Krosky Merritt maybe. And then I really like this landing spot, Tyler Algier to the Arizona Cardinals. I think he's going to get a really good opportunity. And then we got Gainwell to Tampa and Brian Robinson to Atlanta. Any one of those that you're like, yes, that was a slam dunk?
Gainwell to Tampa, I think, was another one that I think was a big landing spot for them because Gainwell is in my opinion, a very good number 2 running back in the league.
Yes, very capable. Yep.
He did obviously amazing in Philly, but he also was like the team's voted MVP for all of last year.
Yes.
For Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Right. You think about it, they didn't really have like Aaron Rodgers is a check down guy.
Yep.
Always likes to check down. And who did he always use?
Kenneth Gainwell.
Kenneth Gainwell, I think, going down to Tampa Bay, that gives Baker another weapon down there. So I like it. It's gonna be a good. I think it's gonna be a good landing spot for him down there. I like that one.
Absolutely, got to showcase what he can do, and he got a check from it.
Yep.
Yep.
Moving on to the wide receivers.
Yeah. So number 1's Mike Evans.
The Divas.
Mike
Evans to San Fran.
Great move by them.
Yeah, it is a good move. There's all of these like people that are saying, "Oh, this is going to be a bust. Like he's not going to do that great over there." But I don't know. I beg to differ. I think that he still is one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. He had how many years back consecutive like with 1,000 receiving yards?
I mean,
like almost like 10 or 11.
I was gonna say close to a decade, if not. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, Mike Evans to San Fran, I think that's a great weapon for Brock.
Yep.
You actually get someone that's reliable outside of like Brandon Ayuk. Didn't want to.
He might not even be on the team next year.
And good for them for how they're playing this game because they're like, you know what? If you want to make a fool out of yourself, we can just, hold your rights right now.
Right.
So. Yeah, no. With that team over there though, with San Fran, Brock having the ability to have Mike Evans, he has, who's the other boy? I keep on blanking on his name. White boy.
Kittle?
No, not Kittle.
Oh, Pearsall.
Pearsall.
Yep.
With Pearsall, and then you obviously have CMC, and then you do have Kittle.
Yep.
Kittle's getting up there in age though too, so I don't know like how much they're going to be relying on him throughout the season because he's
getting up there.
He's getting up there. He does get hurt a lot too.
Last year that was part of our reasoning why we were so impressed with Shanahan, just the number of injuries on both sides of football, Kittle, but Mike Evans, gives them a different element that they didn't have last year. For a team that's been kind of a steady playoff team, this is a nice boost for them and for Brock Purdy.
For sure. Rashid Shaheed, back over in Seattle.
Yeah. The whole time they were talking like the deal wasn't close.
It sounded like that they just didn't have money to be spending on anybody.
Yeah.
They just were, because they brought him back, but they obviously lost a lot.
They did give up a decent amount on that championship team.
Yeah. But this is a good one, a good weapon for them, to continue to have back there, especially with kickoffs and things like that.
He's electric. I mean, now the one thing I saw is now their receiving core with the new deals, they're like one of the top paid receivers in the combos in the league, which is interesting. I like Shaheed a lot, but when you look
worth that much money?
when you look at the landscape of some of those guys, it's a little questionable. Yeah. It's a little questionable, but you know what? He helped them win a Super Bowl. I think it's only natural to want to bring someone like that back, especially when you trade it for him. Mm-hmm. So, good for both of them.
Yeah.
Good for both of them.
Your boy,
Wan'Dale Robinson. I am so happy. Oh, God. I called it. It happened. I'm really excited what him and Ridley can kind of do together. We might be drafting Jeremiah Love, which would be huge. And if that's the case, our offense all of a sudden ain't too shabby.
I was going to say, I hope and pray that you guys do not let Jeremiah Love fall to the Giants. You guys, I think, should 100% get Jeremiah Love. He would be the future for your offense. I mean, he's going to be hands down, I think, probably the best running back in the league in a year or two.
He has the makings of it, that's for sure.
As long as he goes to the right spot, but I think with having Dayball down there, as the OC,
I think him and Cam could do some special things together. Yeah. No, so the beat writers and all they're saying, based on what they've done so far, they kind of think that Love is a huge possibility for us. Yeah. Which I would love, and then obviously, like I just said, I love Wan'Dale. He was a 1,000-yard receiver last year. So I'm really happy with it. I think it's a good move for the Titans. It's a good fit. Mm-hmm. Get them out of New York and in the powder blue, baby.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was a good signing for you guys. I do want to see you guys go after a wide receiver in the draft.
100%.
So that definitely needs to happen as well. But Wan'Dale, Ridley, possibly Jeremiah. You got Cam.
Mm-hmm.
So you got some weapons.
We got some guys.
Yeah. All right. Let's try to see who else we want to. Actually, let's talk about Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk. So San Fran, actually, they got two receivers. They got Christian Kirk as well over there. Still young. He's a young receiver. I think he's about 29 years old. Yeah, 29 years old. Issue with Christian Kirk is that he's just always been, he's had some little bit of injuries here and there.
Yes.
But what are your thoughts on that one?
No, I mean it's them again loading up here, right? We just talked about the weapons that they already have, bringing in Mike Evans, and then Christian Kirk's a different type of profile of receiver. He had a solid year last year with the Texans. We know how he had success with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think this is a great fit in that you don't have to ask too much of him, right? And he can be that kind of reliable third down receiver. Mm-hmm. No, I think San Fran is doing really well to help bolster up their offense here.
Yep. All right, and then we can kind of go down the rest of the list here. So, we obviously have Tyreek Hill that's available. Alec Pierce re-signed with the Colts, which is a pretty ridiculous amount of money for.
He's not worth it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, not that much money.
Nope.
Romeo Doubs to New England. I think that was a good one. I do think New England needs to get another receiver, but I think that at least gives them a nice number 2 over there. Hollywood Brown signing with the Eagles. Debo is still out there, rumored that he could possibly be signing with the Eagles. I don't know why.
That would be so funny, honestly.
That would be annoying.
I'm sorry, but that would be funny just because.
I don't think it would happen, especially after now Elijah Moore signing with them. But that was
Yeah,
that wasn't bad. You got Juwan Jennings that's still available out there, and then Darnell Mooney with the Giants, which
good for them.
The Giants, I think, with that Darnell Mooney signing, I think it was nice. Darnell Mooney's, he just, I think, needs a consistent quarterback, and who knows, maybe
Dart.
Maybe he is. Maybe he is that quarterback from. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? All right, let's move on to the tight ends. I gotta start off with my boy.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So happy that the Eagles did not let Goddard walk out of that building. This was a signing that I was like, this needs to be at the top of the priority list.
Yeah.
Our tight ends that we were signing were not really like that great. Like, I was not happy with them bringing back Calcaterra. Grant Calcaterra cannot block. He's just not that great of a tight end. I'd much rather us spend that money on something else. Right?
Yep.
But Dallas Goedert, I think the best thing about it is that he does not have to like stress too much about being a blocking tight end now with Johnny Munt over there.
Yes.
And
the
way that they're going to play, or the way that they're going to have this offense schemed up, is that they're going to have two tight ends out there a lot.
Yep.
So you have one blocking, one receiving, and this is going to definitely be, I think, a recipe that's going to bode well for them. So I love it. I love Dallas coming back.
I agree. I mean, it was definitely an important piece to the puzzle here. If you lost him, like we were talking about, you would have probably had to defer to the draft to try to get someone. So, I'm happy that they were able to get their guy back. I think it would have been weird seeing him in a different jersey somewhere. So good for the Eagles on, I know they had to make some decisions on who to let go and whatnot. I think this was one of the right ones to keep in town. Yeah,
I agree. Isaiah Likely
to the Giants.
Yeah, this one was one that I do like.
I like it a lot too. I think going back with his boy John, right?
He gets to be the number one
next to Neighbors.
Well, number one tight end.
Oh yeah.
Because Theo's good, but Theo Johnson's not.
He's not as good as Likely.
Yeah, I think Likely's better than him.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you now like stretch out that offense, because not only do you have Neighbors, you have Mooney, you have Likely, like all these guys that one can take the top off.
Yep.
They're really fast. Yeah, I don't know. This was a good signing. I like it a lot.
Likely was ready.
Likely a really good signing.
Yeah,
no pun.
Oh my God. He
Bad joke.
He was ready to be a number one tight end, right?
Sure.
Mark Andrews held him back a little bit, which is fine. Like, Mark Andrews is Mark Andrews, but he needed a spot like this, and especially from a fantasy perspective, he's going to be a hot commodity next year. Mm-hmm. He's basically another receiver out there. So good for the Giants that him, Mooney, bringing some guys in like that already with some of the Neighbors, Theo Johnson that they had there. I like what they're doing.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Chig Okonkwo.
My boy.
Yeah, over to Washington.
That's a solid move.
Not a bad move at all for them. I am curious if Chig is as good as they say he is. I mean, I don't know.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah, that's where we're gonna find out when, with Washington. But they get another weapon over there. They get younger with their tight end room, because their tight end room was pretty old there.
Zach Ertz.
Yeah. But no, not a bad signing.
No, not a bad at all. I'm happy for him. He needs an opportunity like that. The marriage wasn't working.
You know more about him, so tell me about how do you think this is going to work out for him?
He has a lot of juice, right? He's got he's his own worst enemy, because he does make some knucklehead plays. He'll drop the ball when he shouldn't and whatnot. But if you get him in space, you get him in an open field, he's as good as any tight end, right? Okay. And I think going to Washington, where he's going to be able to be a little more focused, right? Going to be a little more part of the offense. Where in Tennessee, it's not that he wasn't, but I just think he was being asked of too much for what he was. So with Washington having a quarterback like Jaden Daniels, I think that's going to bode
like Terry McLaurin,
right?
Yeah,
I think it's going to bode well. Like he can
just focus on being like just a tight end,
right?
Instead of being like a number one
option.
Weapon.
Because at times for the Titans, as sad as it is to say, he was right, especially with injuries and whatnot this year. So the landing spot, I think, is ideal for him to showcase what he can do. So, like we said, we're gonna find out real quickly. But Washington, definitely an upgrade on the tight end spot.
And let's run down the rest of this list. So we have David Njoku, shockingly, is still available. Not sure.
I wouldn't mind the Titans throwing him a deal. We got cap still.
Yeah.
That
is true.
I really wouldn't mind it.
Wouldn't be bad at all. K-Dot back to Tampa Bay. Zach Ertz, another one that's still available. He wants to run it back one more year. Noah Fant with the New Orleans Saints. And then Travis Kelce back with the Chiefs.
Yeah. Some interesting moves here. I mean,
anyone that you really, really like?
I mean, I like Noah Fant going to NOLA. I think that we were just talking about them needing receiver help. It's not exactly what they need, but it's another guy. He had a really good college profile. Kind of hasn't had an opportunity to have a lot of balls come his way, so maybe here in New Orleans he'll get more of that opportunity.
Yeah.
The other ones are just kind of re-signings and whatnot.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the offensive linemen, the big boys. All right, so the big boys over here, we got starting off obviously with Mr. $1 Million Man himself, Ultra $1 Million Man himself, I should say, Tyler Linderbaum.
It's good
with yeah. I mean, he deserved it with the Raiders. Everybody predicted that he was going to go over to the Raiders. So.
Yep. I wanted him to go to the Titans so bad, but the Raiders have done a really good job this offseason, and it kind of started with this, right? Knowing that you're going to get Mendoza. Getting one of the best offensive linemen in the game here at that position. Obviously he sees the vision too. And
Raiders still have $24 million in cap space.
They're not done.
No,
they're not done. Not by a long shot. But yeah, I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
You guys at the top right now, $64 million in cap space.
That's what I'm saying. Let's just throw some money to Njoku.
You got a lot of money there.
Yeah.
You guys, somebody needs to step up and be like, we need to spend some money right now, guys.
I'm telling you, we got too much. Just get rid of it.
Yeah. Isaac Seumalo. I love Seumalo. Still wish he would come back to the Eagles. I love him going over to Arizona.
Yep.
They get to bolster up that line over there, so that's good for them. And
agreed.
With what's his name, LaFleur over there, I think that gives him. I think like the Gannon era was not what Arizona needed. I think this is actually going to be like a fresh start for them.
I agree.
Like an actual competent coach that you can have. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Isaac Seumalo does over there with the Cardinals.
He's a great run blocker, so that's going to help out with their run game and just bolstering up. We know Brissett's going to be the quarterback going in. He's a pocket passer, so I think they're doing some good stuff there, getting some guys on the line.
And the other one I wanted to talk about was Wyatt Teller.
Yeah,
Houston.
That's a big move for Houston because they were giving away offensive linemen like candy.
Yeah,
and he's a stud.
Yeah,
he's a stud. So again,
they also need to continue to protect their man back there.
CJ?
CJ was getting beat up so much the year before.
He's running for his life out there, and the man ain't fast.
Exactly. That's hilarious. So no, I like the signing. They get to bolster up that line. So no, this is good. Some other ones that we have here: David Edwards to New Orleans. We have Elijah Jenkins over to Cleveland, and then Elijah Vera Tucker also to New England.
Yeah, they were the big guys that got signed. So good for. I always say when you can land one of the top offensive linemen in the free agency, good on you, because it's really hard to there's slim pickings every year.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the defensive side. We're gonna talk about a few here. You want to start off with one?
Yeah, Azeez Ojulari. That was your boy, right?
Yeah. Was he with the?
He was with the Eagles.
He really didn't do anything though.
His reputation is pretty well in the league. I know
he didn't really do anything with the Eagles. I don't remember.
He was kind of just another man on that defense, just because of the defense you guys had. But Atlanta, we talked about them. I feel like whenever they make a splash, it's on the defensive side. And this is it with the Z's here. So, not a bad move. I think it's maybe a better opportunity than he had with the Eagles, just because of all the guys that they had.
For sure.
So yeah, good for Atlanta there.
Yeah. Baltimore, being the sneaky team that they are, getting out of the Max Crosby sweepstakes somehow and sneaking in to go ahead and sign Trey Hendrickson out of nowhere.
Yeah. That was fishy.
Very fishy. I mean, just everything about that whole entire situation was just very, I don't know, just did not.
It was,
You could tell that when all the reports were coming out about that Max Crosby, first off, like, hearing this was crazy. He wasn't flown into Baltimore. I think he was flown into D.C., and they made him drive from D.C. to Baltimore.
Oh, God. That's not a great sign there.
And then, on top of that, you make him drive from D.C. to Baltimore. The head coach and the GM are not there at the stadium to greet him.
Okay.
So, like, it's like, what are you guys doing over here? Like, there's, like, all these things that are happening. And then they're saying that it was all medically. And I'm like, no. It came out that they were already in talks with Trey Hendrickson. And then they said that they were in talks with Trey Hendrickson, but they were trying to get Trey Hendrickson and Max together. No, you weren't.
No.
You
Stop
weren't.
lying.
You
Quit your lying.
Lying sacks of shits. Like, that just pissed me off. So, but Trey Hendrickson to Baltimore, it makes them stronger. I don't know.
I just hate the way that it happened.
Yeah.
I mean, good landing spot. Definitely. It's what the Ravens needed. We talked about that. They need an ace pass rusher. So they got one of the best in the leagues now. But I agree. It just was all a little fishy. I didn't like how it went down. And it's just kind of funny, the ripple effect now with Crosby. Like, from that whole situation, I still kind of thought someone would come in and go after him. I don't know.
But Las Vegas was like, you know what? You come back. We still got money. Let's run this. Let's do it. And I think that's smart for them to do.
Well, we like what they've been doing, so why not just keep your best player?
Yeah, their defense is very strong.
Yeah,
their defense is very strong. So, let's talk about my boy Reek.
Okay.
So Reek Woolen.
Reek.
To the Eagles. I'm hoping that this is not. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on names today again. There was a Seattle Seahawk cornerback that we signed.
Byron Jones.
Byron Jones. I do not need this to be a Byron Jones signing. Okay? That is where I'm at with this one. Reek Woolen, I think, is better than Byron Jones, of course.
I think it's different context, though,
he
too.
He did have some questionable mistakes last year.
Antics.
Yeah.
I think with Byron Jones, you signed him and the hope was we have our stud cornerback. I think with Woolen, it's more so like we have our studs, we're just getting more. And I think he's not going to be asked to do too much. I think they're going to put him in a position where he can really succeed, especially with Fangio. To be really frank with you, I think this was a home run, especially with some of the personnel you guys lost on the defensive side. I like the kid a lot. I mean, a few years ago, they thought that he was going to be like one of the premier cornerbacks of the league. They just happened to keep drafting guys that just were better, like Witherspoon. It's a great move for you guys, man.
Yeah, Byron Maxwell. That's who it was.
Byron Maxwell.
Because I was like, Byron Jones doesn't sound right. Byron Maxwell, that's who it is. Yeah, Byron Maxwell, I do not need this. I mean, Reek, I think, yeah, he's... the good thing about him is that he has a lot of upside to him. He was a Pro Bowl in his rookie year.
Yeah.
I think, like, coming over to the Eagles, we still have a pretty decent, coaching staff on the defensive side.
Yeah.
I know we lost our boy down in Dallas, but it is what it is. I like like the signing with Reek over there in Philly. Our DBs get stronger with Coop, Reek, and Quignon. And then, I mean, I just think like in the draft, they just got to continue to bolster that depth up over there.
Yep, I'd say so. All right, we got to bring up your one boy. I'm sorry.
I knew you were going to say it.
We have to.
Yeah.
Jaelan Phillips.
Yep.
To Carolina. Give me your thoughts, brother.
So, I was happy for him. Okay. The Eagles were willing to pay up to a certain amount. That $30 million was not what they were willing to do.
No.
And I think like that's respectful. Like, listen, if you get $30 million, Jaelan, go for it.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Go for it. They were willing to pay him $26 million per year, which is still a hell of a lot of money.
Hell of a money.
But Carolina, they played hardball. I mean, they went ahead and they threw a lot of money out there to a lot of guys, and Jaelan Phillips to start things off for them. That was early. I think it was like one of the first signings.
It was, like fresh out of
I remember I was watching the Pat McAfee show and I just hear the Stone Cold Steve Austin song and freaking Schefter's. It's the Shefty time. And I'm like, who is this? And they talk about Jaelan Phillips, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me! Like, it's a lot of money. I mean, 4 years, $120 million. That's a lot of money.
I think two things can be true, and I think it's a great move for Carolina.
Yeah.
They need another guy like that, a team that's up and coming, made the playoffs. Got to add more to that defense, which was playing phenomenal towards the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think for the Eagles, you made the right move.
Yeah.
He's a great player, but there's tiers to this, and he's not in that tier that you just overpay. Right? You guys can put that money elsewhere. You guys have guys like Nolan Smith and company, right, that can get to the pass rusher. You got that D-line. Yes, it stinks, but again, I think both can be true, and I think it is.
It's one of those ones you accept it.
Yeah.
You accept it and move on. I think with the rest of these, we can kind of run through.
Yeah, for sure.
Alex Anzalone to Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Not a bad one over there. AJ Espinosa to Buffalo. I like that. They get themselves a little bit stronger on one side over there.
Yep.
They needed that too. I mean, their defense was not that great last year.
Yep.
Although they did surprise everybody, obviously, in the playoffs, but they're
right. From a longevity standpoint, they were not it. No, they weren't it.
John Franklin Myers.
Love it. Great sign for the Titans. Interior defense this year is going to be nasty. Him and Jeffrey Simmons is a great combo.
I was going to say, your line is going to be strong as heck.
Yep.
Bradley Chubb to Buffalo.
Another great move by them.
Another one. Yep. That was a good one. Draymond Jones to New England.
Nice move.
Demario Davis back over to New York.
Yep.
Seems like the Jets just want to have a reunion over there. Rashawn Gary to Dallas.
Underrated move.
I hate it, but yeah. I hate it in the sense of like they got themselves stronger on that side.
Yep.
Dafe Owe to Washington. Another good one as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the one guy that I really was hoping the Eagles would go after, Jaquan Brisker. The money that he got, I'm like, Howie, we had that. You could have given that to him.
He's a good player.
Jaquan Brisker was the one that, I mean, because he got around the same money as Reed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, we got that money. Just freaking get somebody who you know that can actually like
play behind it, pull it back there. Yeah. No, it's gonna be for the Steelers.
That isn't a head case.
Yeah, for sure. But the Steelers needed help desperately. They were old as hell in that secondary. So definitely out of some of the ones on this list, I think that's a big move for them.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to our Titans and Eagles corner. All right, so with the Eagles, some key moves that we just talked about, but also didn't talk about was, like Tariq Woolen, Hollywood Brown, Arnold. I'm gonna butcher his last name.
Ebiketie.
Ebiketie. Yeah. Marcus Epps. Love him coming back. Jonathan Jones, Elijah Moore, Grant can't block Calcaterra, Dallas Goedert and Johnny Munt, and then Dameon Pierce. I'm excited about the roster that we have, like, to date right now. There's the whole rumors with the Eagles and the Patriots that that they've already agreed to, a trade with AJ after the June 1st, after June 1, which is when I guess all that like dead caps, like that dead cap money hit or whatever.
Yeah.
It lessens after that. If it's true, my excitement will diminish with this team on just how that offense is going to look without AJ being their number one receiver. Aside from the AJ drama, though, I think we did a good job with, acquiring. I was talking about the DBs. I think our secondaries are pretty solidified right now with Tariq, Jonathan Jones, Coop, and also with Quinyon.
Yep.
So I'm really, really excited about the defensive side. Our tight end room also talked about this as well, that Goedert has less pressure on himself, and now he has Johnny Munt that can go ahead and do all the blocking.
One of the best blocking tight ends in the league.
Yeah. And, Goedert can just do his thing and continue to be one of the best tight ends and, doing what he does. The Elijah Moore signing was an interesting one. I think that's more so probably to keep AJ around. And I do think that does keep him around.
Yeah. That's his best friend.
That's his best friend, yeah. So that's where I think that a lot of the off-field stuff will kind of go, I don't want to say go away, but essentially you have someone there that you can lean on.
Yeah.
That you trust. So I'm hoping that is a sign that AJ is not going anywhere. I also read today that Vrabel and Nick have already been talking about the teams practicing together in the offseason. So I'm thinking to myself, why would they do that if they're trading AJ? So
I'm just not buying it.
I'm not buying the rumor either. I'm not buying it, especially, listen, I'll tell you this. If we draft a big receiver and early in a draft, like third round, right. I would say not first or second. I don't think they would do that, but third round, fourth round, I could see possibly AJ on his way out. If they do,
yeah,
someone like I'm saying, like
if they invest in
the same size,
sure.
Type of receiver as AJ, because I think that's what they're lacking if they lose him. They don't have any size outside of Dallas Goedert. You have Hollywood Brown and Devontae Smith, like two nimble guys.
Yeah, 100%.
Both 180 pounds. But my wish list for the draft, I want them to start off with the offensive line, either guard or tackle. You need to replace Lane Johnson's replacement. There's some guys that they're looking at. The lineman from Penn State, one from, and then a guy from Alabama, and then there's a third one. Oh, the guy from Miami.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, guys, I don't know any of these guys' names off the top of my head right now, but all three of these guys that I was hearing about and on the radio stations and all these different podcasts and whatnot, they're all looking very good. Now, edge rusher is also another priority, I think, on the list for them. I would love to also see them go after a DB, like a safety more in particular.
Yeah.
And then end it off with a wide receiver and a linebacker.
Okay.
I'd be also interested in drafting a kicker just to go ahead and
relieve Elliott's duty.
Listen, he needs some fire lit up his ass because of how horrible he's played the last 2 years, I would say. So, yeah, that is my my take on the Eagles so far.
I like it. I like it a lot. I agree with a lot of what you were saying there. Definitely think you guys plug some of those gaps that you had there from losing some of these guys in free agency. I actually think an underrated signing was Marquez Brown, Hollywood Brown. I think he is an upgrade from Dotson from last year as a third receiver, personally. So yeah, I like what they've done.
I'm not mad about the Hollywood Brown signing. I do think that Dotson is just. I'm curious how good Hollywood is going to be with us. He also, Philly is just toxic in general. But he made a comment that in the offseason that he wouldn't go to Philly. Someone like, I guess he was on stream and someone said, "Oh, are you going to be signing with Philly?" And he said, "I'm not going to Philly. That place is toxic."
Oh God.
And then when he gets signed, then they go ahead. He talks about how like he grew up being an Eagles fan because he loved watching McNabb, and I'm
like, which one is
guy
it?
is playing. He is playing. Let's go ahead and clean up what I was just talking about on my stream the other day. But no, I agree. I mean, it's not a bad signing.
Yeah,
not a bad signing.
Yeah.
So, all right, your Titans.
Titans, yeah. So some of the key moves that they made, we talked about Wan'Dale Robinson, talked about John Franklin Myers. They loaded up on some secondary, which was must needed with Alontae Taylor and Cordell Flott. And then some underrated moves, signed Daniel Bellinger's a really nice blocking tight end, kind of like the Johnny Munt signing to pair with Gunnar Helm. And then I like Mitch Trubisky as a backup. I think it's a much better situation than we had last year. If anything was to happen with Cam, can he win us a game or two? I think so. I think he's good enough to kind of do that. What do I wish? I wish that we did better in free agency from the offensive line standpoint. There was a couple names. There still are some names I wouldn't mind bringing back, bringing over to the Titans. But really, we just got some journeymen that have had handful of starts, maybe started a year, this place or that. So haven't solidified some of those holes that need to be. So I expect that to be done in the draft. Part of what I want in the draft, maybe our second round pick, something like that. First round, we talked about Love. I'd like to see him or Bain on the team. It's got to be one of the two because we need edge rushers as well to go along with that interior defensive line. So those are definitely the two first and foremost I want. And then we talked about a receiver help. This is a solid receiving class, so love to see them maybe use a third round pick or so to go get after a receiver. And then from there, let's just keep going on the defensive side here in the secondary. We got rid of basically half our secondary last offseason in trade. So, and then we just cut Snead, which I'm happy about. He was no good. So the Titans definitely have got me excited this offseason. There's some things to really look forward to. Cam, in his second year, he was starting to take some strides toward the end of the year. Receiver help, and then Saleh. I'm excited just to see what him and Dable are going to do together for the first time in a long while. There's some hope here as a Titans fan, and I think it might not be a year where I'm crying as much. Yeah, I think I'm going to be a little more happy this year.
That'll be good.
So I'm looking forward to that.
That's good. I do think that your guys' offseason has been very good so far. I'm looking forward. It's one of the things that I was thinking about as well, like the comment I made earlier about Miami. I don't think that Tennessee is going to be like the Tennessee like last year.
I agree.
I do think that you guys will be improved this year. I would say at least winning 7 to 8 games would be.
That's what we know. That's what we want.
That's an improvement. That's a dub.
Yep.
And then let's get some more excitement into that.
Build from there.
Into that team.
Yep.
Yeah. The lineman I was talking about was Vega Ione from Penn State.
Okay.
And then Markel Bell. Markel Bell's 6'9", 340 pounds. So that kid is huge.
What a monster.
Massive.
Jesus.
Massive.
That's crazy you can be like that young and that big. I mean,
have that much strength.
Unbelievable.
You're going to be throwing
300-pound men like it's nothing.
Yeah, that's going to be insane. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our Sixers talk. So Sixers have been on a little bit of a win streak lately. They had a big dub last night against the Hornets, which was massive for standings.
Yes.
And then, of course, with the first game that PG and Embiid come back, they drop 157 points and bring all of Philly back on board to thinking, are we back? I want to temper my expectations with this team still.
Yep.
Because even though with trading Jared McCain, that they were able to stay at like a 500 level since they lost Jared McCain, since they had
injuries,
Maxey and all these. They were able to stay at least at 500. They weren't able to dip below that or go any higher. So I want to say I'm intrigued because of the fact that when, like last night, watching Maxey, PG, Embiid, and VJ together is pretty damn exciting. There was one series that I see Maxey come up the court, passes it to PG, and PG fakes it that he's about to pass it to Joel because Joel was like this, like backing somebody down. VJ's in the corner, quickly passes it to VJ, drains it for a 3. And I'm like, oh, this is what I'm looking forward to. Some little excitement, some
you guys
like
know
easy little plays. I know, right? Like, and Charlotte being the best team in the East since the start of the new year, that's
a good win.
That's an amazing win. Right now, like yesterday, the standings was, I mean, the Sixers, they're still the seventh place right now. Charlotte was at 8th. Charlotte's now in 10th.
Wow, that was crazy.
That moved the standings a lot for them. Sixers right now, they have a few key games coming up. Okay. Key game number 1, obviously they have to beat Miami tomorrow.
Have to.
You can't let them go ahead and beat you. Key game number 2, they have to beat Detroit on Saturday, April 4th.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They're at home. Detroit does not have Cade Cunningham. This is where, if you want to actually like get people back on board,
yep,
this is that game where if they win that, all talk is going to be nobody wants to see the Sixers in the playoffs.
Yep.
Because looking at the standings, I'm taking the Knicks all day. I would love to be in the 6th seed and take the Knicks.
Okay. I've been waiting to say this. Hell yes.
Yeah.
All they have to do is not be the 7th seed.
Don't be the 7th seed. Yeah.
Be the 6th seed.
Yep.
Play the Knicks. We can beat the Knicks.
Yep.
We can beat them.
We can beat the Knicks. I think the Cavs, the Celtics are the two teams right now that I look at as the teams at the top of the East. That Celtics are they just got obviously stronger with Jason Tatum coming back, and the Cavs are just they're just so damn freaking good. The Cavs would literally blow us the freak out.
They would.
They would annihilate us.
They would.
But the rest of this teams, like the Knicks, I'm not buying them. I'm not. I mean, they got their asses kicked by Charlotte. We got blown out by Charlotte.
When we're healthy, we can beat the Knicks.
Yeah. Defensively, we can hold it down. Cat cannot compete with Joel.
Nope.
And I think Paul George, like, listen, man, I was talking all this crap about the whole PEDs, but the man came back and said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and shut everybody up. 28 points in his first game, 25 points last night.
Boy was eating his veggies when he was out for 25 games.
We need this, man. We need this.
So Paul George, before he went out, I was giving him a lot of credit.
Yeah.
I was saying that he was doing the small things. And there was a sequence yesterday where he made 3 in a row. He made 3 huge plays to win the game. Number 1, it was a foul shot. He boxed out Grant Williams and made it go out on Grant Williams. They got the ball back. He comes off a screen, hits a 3. They go down to the court. He ends up making a steal that goes to transition. And it's those small things like that in a matter of a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Those are difference makers in the game, and that's what we want from Paul George. And exactly what you're saying, bro. If you're gonna be able to score 20 points a game for us, like, we're gonna be hard to beat.
Yeah.
Because VJ's found his own with probably the silver lining of all this is when they were out, he was able just to kind of be like, all right, give me the ball. And it was like shooting practice for him because his form now is phenomenal.
I love how tucked in elbow is when he has his 3. It looks so clean now.
They were showing it side by side from the first game. It's great. Kudos to the coaching staff because that's definitely part of them and Nick Nurse and whatnot. I know we talk a lot of shit on them, but I'll give him that one.
Yeah, I'll give him that one. But to your point, I mean, having Paul George, Embiid, and Maxey with over 25 points, I don't know how you stop this team.
It's gonna be hard. I mean,
and then you still have VJ. VJ, I think like he can definitely do better. I mean, he had 13 points. He was 5 for 11 from the field, but like I think like
there's going to be
himself,
those VJ games.
Yeah, there's going to be that. To your point, there's going to be enough VJ games. He's holding himself together though with some turnovers. He's not making turnovers like that. He only had 1 yesterday. Listen, man, the fact that we got Kelly Oubre back, that's big. Like some of these guys that we signed, I'm like, okay, I get it because some of the people that we have hurt, but I'm just like, this is like Dalen Terry or whatever his name is. Like, some of these guys, like I was just like not a fan of, but dude, this could be exciting. The one thing I need to freaking change though, if you're gonna be getting 25 plus minutes, give me more than at least give me 10 points. Quentin Grimes and Kelly Oubre. I don't need the 8 points or 9 points. I know Kelly does his thing defensively, so that's a different thing we'll talk about, right? So I think I'll give him the credit there. Quentin Grimes needs to get himself together, though. Quentin Grimes is the one that pisses me off the most whenever he's the one that is essentially replacing Jared McCain. Give me my 15 points.
We need more consistency from him.
Yeah.
Like him a lot. When he's playing well. But in order for a run to happen, those are two guys that we need badly.
Yeah.
They need to perform from an offensive standpoint because there's guys like Justin Edwards, Barlow, and whatnot, which they do their thing, but you can't consistently count on them from a points perspective, right? Mm-hmm. And that comes in with Grimes and Oubre. You guys have the bag, right? Like, we've seen it. You just got to be consistent.
Yeah. And Sixers were 47% from the three-point line. I like
that. Very good.
That was very
good.
Love
that.
Now, free throws, we got to get a little bit better. I don't like that 75%. Like, we got to get, like, that's where, towards the end of the game, like, Maxey missed a free throw, PG missed a free throw. And I'm like, these are the easiest shots for you guys to make.
I'm going to say what my coach used to say. They're free.
Exactly. I don't think we need to be, like, if we make it into the, or if we're in the play-in tournament, I personally do not like that. I can't deal with the play-in tournament.
I agree.
I just want us to. I think that if you get into the play-in tournament, that really just like diminishes your chances on even getting out of the first round.
I agree.
So I'm hoping that the rest of this, the rest of these games, that they put a good fight out there. Some of these guys, like we're not going to beat the Spurs, and we're not going to beat the Rockets, I don't think. But like Timberwolves, we can beat them. We beat them without Embiid and without PG. Heat, Wizards are winnable games. Pistons, that's a big game that we can. If we can win that game, like I said, I think that changes everything. That brings a lot of excitement into the stadium, and then ending it off with the Pacers and Bucks. So,
yeah, no, they got those games that you pointed out are games they have to win.
Yeah,
I mean knuckle down here. You want to be the 6th seed. You gotta keep telling you that you want to be the 6th seed.
For sure. Well, with that being said, did Detroit already? They clinched. They clinched already.
Yeah, they're playing great ball.
Dang. So they already got their number 1 seed, or I guess they clinched the playoffs. Yeah, they're not the number 1 seed yet.
Yeah, playoff berth.
But hey, all right, my guy. Well, this is like I said, a great day to have a great episode. So cheers, everybody. Hope you enjoy your beautiful day, wherever you're at listening to this. If you're able to, crack yourself a cold one. If you're at work, I did not tell you what to do. Just
paper bag it. No,
there you go. Paper bag it. But appreciate everybody. We're going to continue to obviously get some episodes out with the free agency, continuing to heat up, especially leading up to the draft coming up, and then also NBA playoffs. I will be out for a little bit on vacation, so we'll be back again when I come back.
Well deserved.
But you all have yourselves a great day, my guy. Without further ado,
cheers, buddy. Hey, stay out of trouble, kids. You hear?
Stay off the weed.